Alright, boys and girls, I'm starting. This is me going to my gym. I got my camera set up in a really weird way, so like, yo, don't mind, eh? I'm still new with this, I'm still learning. Still kind of trippy to me that I'm even doing it. It's kind of corny a little bit too, but whatever. We're doing it. That's all that matters. I got a nice little drive to my class right now. It's not too far away. It's like maybe like 10, 15 minutes away. It's not that bad. I haven't been to my Muay Thai class since like maybe Thursday. Last week was kind of weak. I only went like 3 times a week. But this week, I'm trying to hit it at least 6. I'm trying to hit it, do at least a little 6Xer, you know what I mean? A little nice little 6er. That'd be nice because there's no 7-day this week up until Sunday. And Sunday, my gyms are closed. So you already know, on 7 days, we don't work out. We don't want to be injury prone. We don't want to get into unnecessary injuries or accidents. So just trying to be very careful on those type of particular days. But yo, you know the funny thing was? I was scrolling through the socials and I noticed that today is National Lazy Day. August 10th is National Lazy Day. Talk about a matrix trap, family. You know what I mean? You know, today is a double one energy. You know what I mean? And since today is the 10th, one is all about being aggressive and assertive towards your goals. You're supposed to be ambitious. But the fact that the 33rd week of the year and the 222nd day of the year is known as National Lazy Day? What a matrix trap. You know what I mean? That's a big time matrix trap. They want you to be lazy on a day when you should be out there putting in that work. They want you to be lazy when you should be assertive and aggressive. Nah, family. I'm getting mine today. I'm going out there, putting that work. That double one energy is super amplified. So you already know. I'm putting in that work. I need to. I am a little drained. I am a little tired. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Monday blues and stuff. But most importantly, man, I'm kind of getting a little sad that summer might be ending soon. Summer is going to end soon. And I told you guys a little bit earlier today that, yo, in Toronto, you only get sun for like a good 2 months. If you're lucky. You know, rarely ever do you get it consecutively nice and hot, blazing hot, just the way I like it. So, you know, I really love the sun and I'm going to miss it. And just knowing that it's going to get more colder and darker as the days go by, it kind of like cheeses me, but whatever, fam. We make do. So like I said, yo, I got a heavy week ahead of me. I'm going to literally just work my butt off. And with that double one energy as well, yo, I noticed that, yo, on one day energies, people are a lot more argumentative. They just want to beef. They just want to scrap. They just want to fight and debate. That's some low vibrational energy thing, you know what I mean? I ain't doing that, family. You know? And the Matrix will send people to you to cheese you and upset you. Don't let them get under your skin. Be strong. You know, even on one days like today, I notice a lot of people are road ragers. You know, most accidents happen under one energy because people are driving extremely aggressively. Even on days like today with one energy, people tend to drink alcohol a lot. You know, that's just a lower frequency side of things. But if you're vibrating on a higher frequency, especially on a double one day like today, you want to go after your goals. You want to be bold. Like the main theme of one energy on a one day like today should be bold, be assertive. Don't be a shy guy. You know what I mean? Push towards your goals and ambitions. That's all it really is. Know what I mean? It's kind of weird. I got a camera on my face and I'm driving. Hopefully I'm not doxing myself or anything like that. But most importantly, like, this is pretty cool. I've never done this before. I've always wanted to do it and I'm doing it right now. It's really cool. I hope I have a really good class today. I should have ate more fruits. All I had was like 5 dates, which are not bad. It's good sugar. And dates are really good for you, so it's okay. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the road versus just me looking at the camera. But yo, wearing these Muay Thai shorts in public is kind of weird, man. In the summertime, I'm kind of wearing like my little tracksuit or whatever, you know, but like, when you're wearing these Muay shorts in public, especially with my little skinny chicken legs and shit like that, It can be quite embarrassing, but whatever. We own it. I own it. You know, I've always owned it. I own who I am. So I'm not even dissing myself. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you really laugh at, you know? You know, I was thinking the other day to myself, I always have these weird little thoughts. And most of my thoughts come like when I'm like taking a shower or driving or using the bathroom. And I realized like, sometimes bloodlines are weak on purpose. One second, the weirdo driver in front of me. It's traffic time, so I gotta be super careful, guys. Yeah, so like I was saying, is like sometimes the bloodline that you're born into can be a little weak. It could be full of degenerates. It could be full of NPCs. It could be full of soulless souls, empty vessels, whatever. But your ancestors, they chose you. You know what I mean? Your ancestors chose you to uplift your bloodline, regardless of what position it might be. You know, so sometimes I feel like, you gotta kind of like create your own story. You know what I mean? You gotta big yourself up. And I feel like my ancestors chose me for a specific reason that I'm trying to figure out day in and day out. You know, you never really know what your purpose is completely in life till you're done, till your breath is over. And you just hope and pray to God that, you fulfill that mission in life. Me, I have a certain glimpse of what my purpose is. Sometimes I'm really aware of it, then there's times that I'm not aware of it. But one thing I know for a certain fact is that my bloodline, my ancestry, my ancestors, they chose me. So shout out to my ancestors, shout out to all our ancestors, the known and unknown. And I think it's so important to keep our ancestors in our minds and in our hearts and our thoughts at all times, because without our ancestors, where would we be? Who would we be? You feel me? If my ancestors didn't put in the work that they did in the past, I would not be here. And even though I want to escape this matrix, I want to escape this simulation, there's a lot of work to be done. I have to use my energy for good. See, when you're born as a master number, as 11 life path or a 22 life path or a 33 life path, or even have that as the day that you're born, 11 or 22, your life is not for yourself. Your life is for others. You're destined to be in the public eye. You have to contribute something to society. It's a must. Otherwise, you can't pass the incarnation as a master number. So for me, I know I have a lot of responsibilities. The pressure is crazy. And this is why I go to Muay Thai. I'm not trying to go to Muay Thai to become the greatest fighter of all time. I could care less. I don't care about that. That time is gone from me a long time ago. I come here because I have a lot of emotional energy that needs to be expelled from my mind, body, and soul. And when I do things like Muay Thai, which is very physically difficult, physically challenging, and even mentally, emotionally difficult, it just allows me to let go of whatever's in my mind or whatever's holding me back. Because when you could put yourself through such physical exercises that are difficult in nature, you begin to realize a lot of your problems in life are they're not that challenging. They're not that difficult. It's all bullshit. So when you put your body to these extreme tests, a lot of the other things that happen in your life, they just don't seem as big. And I'm a very aggressive individual. I know I come off as a nice guy, but I'm a very aggressive individual and I have strong emotions. And sometimes some of those emotions are very old emotions that I didn't do a good job of letting go. But when I hit the gym and I move my body, things just begin to move effortlessly for me. I begin to manifest a lot more quicker. And today's just a double 1 day, but tomorrow's a double 11 day, and that's gonna be crazy. A lot of people are gonna be crashing out. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'm not one of them. I'm probably not gonna be any one of them, but you know me, fam. You never know. You gotta stay focused and you gotta be hyper aware of all the time. You get what I mean? I hope the sound is coming out good. Damn, I already did like 10 minutes of content right here. This is just me before Muay Thai. You know, usually I'm a little bit more slumped, I guess because I'm on camera a little bit. That performative side of me is just activating, right? But I'm looking forward to class today. I'm gonna be way more nastier and sweatier than I am right now, but I'm looking forward to it, family. I really am. And I'm gonna make both those videos in one video. And yo, I'll be real with you, I'm not doing none of this video editing bullshit crap. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not editing no videos. I'm not adding crazy graphics. This is just straight me yapping. This is therapy for me, family. Just like how Muay Thai is therapy for my physical self, me yapping and communicating like this is therapy for me. Because who am I else I'm gonna speak to? Am I gonna call my friends or my family members and yap to their freaking? No, they don't care. They got their own issues. They got their own problems. You think they care about my stuff? But I'm not even doing these videos to complain because I feel like complaining is draining. I'm just doing this because I want to work out my throat chakra. Pause. Baby. Holy, the traffic is crazy right now. Yo, I'm gonna open my sunroof. Hold up a second. Let's get some natural sun in here. You know, sometimes I gotta be more nicer to my family and my loved ones and, you know, the people I care about. You know, like, I love my mom and dad. I love my family. I love my siblings. I love everyone around me, but I feel like sometimes the way I come off, my personality is so strong that I might just come off the wrong way to these people. And I have to be more softer. And I'm trying to become more softer. I'm trying to learn how to become more softer. I've always been a hard body type of guy, very aggressive, very assertive. But, you know, we don't have that much time with our loved ones. Anything could happen any second, any day. And the last thing you want to do is make them remember you in such a freaking negative way. In a weirdo way. And I want to use my speech, my communication skills as a way to push more positivity and love. And I'm not one of those freaking weirdo toxic you know those people on the internet, on the Instagram and the social, the toxic positivity. Be positive always. Being positive is, you know, you gotta force your brain to be positive all the time. It don't work like that, family. It don't work like that. Sometimes you're gonna have a bad day. Sometimes you're gonna be negative. Sometimes you're gonna feel like you're stuck in a rut, and you're gonna have to do whatever you can to get yourself out of that. But to practice being positive all the time, it's not really like, I don't think that's normal. You know, use your negative energy, use your anger, use your rage, and put it in like positive places. Put it in ways where that anger and that rage is gonna help you and benefit you. And I usually like to put my rage and anger towards my goals and my ambitions and through my physical exercise. Even though I'm built like a freaking twig, the way to twist it, I'm a skinny dude. I'm the sexiest motherfucker alive though. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel good about myself always. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, yo, be nicer and kinder to the people around you that you actually care about and love. For the other people that you might not like too much, like the hate and stuff like that, yo, show them that energy. Show them that, match their energy. But everybody else, you know, be nice, be kind to your parents. That's something I myself, I'm always trying to learn. It's not like I'm mean to my parents or anything like that. It's just, you know, I've always parented my parents. And I've never had my parents parent me. So I don't know what that even feels like. Which is cool, it's not a big deal. It's just the life of an elder sibling, you know? Like I said, fam, you hear that? Double one day, people are driving like crazy. I'm almost at my destination, which I'm very happy about. I gotta run in there real quick and stretch out and get my skipping rope, get a proper skipping rope. I like those weighting skipping ropes way better than those skinny ones. Like, that ain't gonna do shit. But the hardest part about this parking lot right here is just, I Y'all getting your car dinged up because people don't know how to drive out here, especially on my block. Holy, bunch of sleepy drivers. But I'm so glad my classes today is at an earlier time versus a later time. I'm looking forward to it. I have literally 30 minutes. I'm actually really early. What the hell? Yeah, I made it. This is just the first part. I'll create the second part when I get out of class or whatever. But thank you for tuning in. RKG, OTRP.